Hi, I'm Alex. If you're new here, welcome. If not, welcome back. I started reading a book yesterday and didn't like it, and I'm not really sure what to read next, so I figured what more perfect time to film this video. All of the book girlies do this, so today I'm doing it, and my husband is going to be picking my TBR for the week. Picking my TBR for the week. So I gave him 13 books to choose from. Some of these are from my September TBR. Some of them are just books that I know he might be interested in, so I'm going to let him do that. I also didn't say this, but he's picking one book at a time so he can, adjust based on how I feel about the books. So he is looking at them now. After much deliberation, we have a yes pile and a no pile. Maybe not surprising, all but 2 of the romances have been taken out of the yes pile. So what's the decision?
I don't know. I think I'll probably go with this one, because this one did strike me at the store. It still kind of does, so this would be one I will be curious to hear about.
Alright, so first book is The House Across the Lake by Riley Seeger. It is Friday evening now. I've done a pretty poor job at updating this video, but I started reading The House Across the Lake. I listened to a little bit of the audiobook of it at the beginning of the week, but I'm not counting that because I didn't pick up the book until yesterday. I started reading The House Across the Lake yesterday, so we're going to start Thursday as the official start of this video, so Scott will be choosing what I read until Wednesday. But I finished The House Across the Lake by Riley Seeger, and it is downstairs in our kitchen right now. I just came up to grab the rest of the books from Scott's yes pile to bring down to him for him to pick the next one, but I ended up rating it 4 stars. I asked Scott before I told him what I rated it, what his prediction was for my rating, and he told me it was 4.5 stars, so he was close. I think the thing for me is that the plot twist came out of nowhere and not in a good way. I know I'll see people be like, that wasn't realistic, which is fine, and I don't want to say that's what was happening here, but when you make the plot twist so, I don't know, unfathomable almost, it's that is not something that's been mentioned, literally at all, so how are you just gonna, pull that out and say it's part of the book? But I digress. Not my cup of tea. I mean, I liked it. It was entertaining. It was written really well, but the plot itself was, meh for me, but I know a lot of people really, really love it. So if you are looking for a good mystery thriller, House Across the Lake is definitely a good one. But I came up here to grab Scott's yes pile. I have a couple of books on my Kindle Unlimited TBR too, so I'm gonna give him those as an option. I have been wanting to read Assassin's Blade for so long, and my Air of Fire, there was something in my eye, but my Air of Fire hold just came available from the library, so I need to read Assassin's Blade now, so my fingers are crossed that he chooses that, but I doubt that he will. These are the books that were in his, yes pile. So there's Caraval by Stephanie Garber, Priest by Sierra Simone, 6 of Crows by Lee Bardugo, The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston, and Anxious People by Frederick Bachman. And again, I'm gonna try to squeeze Assassin's Blade in as an option as well. I have the hold right now from the library for 6 of Crow. No, I don't. Crap, I thought I had the ebook, but I don't. Okay, so whatever I read, I'll have to be reading the physical book of. So I kind of hope he doesn't pick 6 of Crows, because it's thick, and we got plans this weekend, so we'll see. Okay, I have Scott Here are your 5 books. Now, you have one more option, and it's the 3rd book in a series that I already started. I also have the hold for the 4th book waiting for. That's on my Kindle.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fantasy book. Also a fantasy book.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember which is which.
This is literary fiction book about people in bank robbery. This is a romance book about a girl who, in her apartment, there's a guy from 7 years ago, but everywhere else except for inside of her apartment is present day. This is fantasy. This is dark romance. And this is fantasy.
Mm-hmm. Let's go with this one.
The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston, book number 2. I am eating and reading. I'm on page 109 and I just had a realization and I think I'm right, so I'll check back in at the end of the book and tell you if I'm right or not, but I'm pretty sure that I am. Okay, I am on page 249 of the 7-Year Slip. I have 80 pages left exactly. I'm really enjoying this so far. Like, it's making me like giggle, and I don't know, I have read it for the most part in one sitting. I did read like 15 pages or something yesterday, but for the most part it's all been in one sitting. And I think there's a little bit of like repetition in it, but otherwise I really, really like it. I think right now it's shaping up to be like, I think a 4.5. And I asked Scott what his prediction was for this, and he said 4 stars. So we'll see if it gets bumped down at all, or maybe if it gets bumped up. But that's where we're at right now. It's like pretty late, but I think I'm gonna keep reading. I don't even have my phone, so I can't even tell you what time it is, but I'm gonna keep reading, and I'll probably update you tomorrow after I finish, before we pick the last book. Okay, so last night I finished The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston, and what was your prediction?
I think 4.
Yeah, I rated it 4.5 stars. Really enjoyed it. These are the 4 books that are left on the yes list, so it's still Garibaldi Priest, Six of Crows, and Anxious People. But I also went book shopping last night, so I wanted to add a couple more options. So I'm adding Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mehrer, which is like YA fantasy, and then Kissing Kosher by Jean Meltzer, which is a adult romance. So here you go.
Take a look at these two. This one does sound pretty interesting.
Yeah, isn't it cool that the edges are sprayed red too?
Yeah.
People say it like dyes your hands while you're reading it though.
I feel like this one's more for a certain time of year.
Mm-hmm.
This one does sound pretty interesting. Yeah, this one also sounds pretty interesting. I'll probably go with this one.
Alright, we're doing Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. This was a little longer than I expected you to choose.
It sounds interesting.
It's 465 pages. Oh no, 462 pages. Now, knowing that last night I said to you the other 2 books by this author I loved so much that I was thinking about going back and changing my rating from over 2 months ago to 5 stars. What do you think I'm going to rate this?
I'm gonna go with 4.5.
4.5. We'll see what I think of Six of Crows. Okay, it's literally the middle of the night and I feel as gross as I look, but I just finished part 1 of Six of Crows, so I'm on page like 105. It's starting really slow for me. I don't know that I love it so far, but I don't know. We'll see how the next like 100 pages goes, because I think that'll tell me how I'll feel about the rest of the book, because the world building will sort of be like over. I don't know. Okay, so today is Tuesday. I did finish Six of Crows on Sunday night. It took me a lot longer than I thought to get through it, so this ended up taking me like a week and a half. This book alone took 5 days, but I read like 350 pages of that on Sunday. So in terms of this book, I rated it 4 stars. If you've never heard of it, Six of Crows is about this guy who's like a known thief who is offered like a lot of money to complete a heist that is pretty dangerous, and he like gathers a group to go with him, and yeah, they are the Six of Crows. So they go on this mission to try to complete this heist, and it's really fun, really high stakes. If you enjoy a high stakes fantasy novel, I definitely enjoyed it a lot. I didn't say in filming my update from this book, but my biggest qualm with it is that I could not see the characters being the ages they were. All of the characters were supposed to be like 16 or 17, and to me they read like they were like 25 to 30, like in that range, and I just couldn't get on board with the fact that they were actually teenagers. But that was the only thing that I like really did not like love about Six of Crows. Leigh Bardugo, as always, knows how to write a killer cliffhanger. She did the same thing with Knife House and Hellbent, and I'm waiting for the next one of those. So I definitely think that I'm gonna have to pick up Crooked Kingdom pretty soon, because I need to find out what happens and if things are okay. I have like a turmoil about this book at the moment, but that is going to be it for my husband choosing my reads for the week. I think he overall did a pretty good job. So first book we read was The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager, which I gave 4 stars, and really enjoyed for the most part. I thought, like I said, I think I said this, that the twist was just not like, it was too out of this world, I think, for my head to be like okay with this book. But I liked The House Across the Lake a lot otherwise. The second book I read was 7 Year Slip by Ashley Poston, rated it 4.5 stars. Really loved this book, and every Instagram post and TikTok I've seen about it since, I've just had to comment on because I loved it so much. And lastly, we read Six of Crows, which I rated 4 stars, and I'm very excited for Crooked Kingdom. But that's going to be it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.